Okay. Uh, very warm welcome to everyone. I suppose there are no visitors now, so we will just wait for some time. Uh, we got two from Facebook. Welcome everyone. Hello Kalpesh. Hello. I suppose many people are going to join in. I suppose from India team, we need to show some strength, right? Okay. So today's session is going to be a basic session regarding Dow theory, which forms the basis for technical analysis. And it tells us an overview of uh, the markets and how to identify different types of trends, how to basically take positions. It assists us with the different positions and different entry and exit points. And it is a really very wholesome theory, and it forms the basis for technical analysis. It is very good theory, it is very advanced theory, but what we are going to do is we are going to simplify it today. We are going to simplify it in a manner in which everybody can understand at least some of it, right? So you can see that we have got a chart here, but before showing you the chart, I'm just going to share with you one presentation which will be better for you guys. Okay, so I suppose everyone can see this slide. Today's session, as we know, is the introduction to technical analysis, and myself, Mohammad Abu Tarab, and I'm the analyst at Vantage Markets India. Today's agenda is going to be our basics of technical analysis. What exactly is technical analysis? A little bit of introduction regarding that. Next is going to be an introduction to Dow theory. Dow, as we all know, is a very famous Wall Street Journal editor. He started Wall Street Journal, and he is credited with this particular theory. Although he didn't write as such a theory, but he did introduce some principles, and he found out certain observations from the market that are very crucial observations. They are very important observations from the point of view of the overall market, right? And we are going to understand Dow theory basically in the very basic sense. We are going to go through five principles of Dow theory today, and next we will see trendline analysis. Many of you have heard of trend line, uptrend, downtrend, sideways momentum. So many things are there out there, but what exactly is trend line? We are going to note it today. Okay, how to exactly draw trend lines, how to uh, analyze the entry and exit points on the basis of trend line. We are going to know it today. Next, we will try to just show live analysis on gold or BTC or any other currency pair that we feel like. So let's start it. So Dow theories, Charles Dow, first of all, Charles Dow was a very smart person, very smart guy. He lived somewhere around 1850s, and he basically did not write a book as such. He did not write a book as such, but what he did was he was basically the editor of Wall Street Journal. We already know Wall Street, right? So he used to write certain articles. Okay, and these articles tried to come up into the mainstream after he died. He died a very unexpected death, so he was very young at that time, and he didn't think of writing a book at that time. So what we have today in the name of Dow theory is that uh, the students of Charles Dow, multiple students are there. They have collected those articles, and they have collected his teachings and all, and he have come up with certain principles that he wanted to highlight through his articles. Okay, so these are the principles. If we are talking about principles, we'll just see and how they relate and how they actually work in the market. I'm going to show it to you. Live market, okay, on the live market. So the first principle is the market discounts all information. Okay, so this is the first principle. Charles Dow says that the market is discounting all information, all news that is coming out, all forms of fundamental factors that are working in the market. It is covered in the price movement only. So if we understand the price chart, if we understand the price chart, if we understand the price action, and if we are constantly looking at the charting, so these charts will tell us what exactly is going on. We don't need to focus on the fundamental news as such, right? Because he says that the news is absorbed into the price. Okay, so that is Dow's observation, and how it is in the current scenario, how it is working. I'm going to show it with you to you in a very good example. Okay, so market discounts all information. We have to remember this, but we have to remember another exception. He told Dow told that there is one exception to this particular principle, this rule. So what is the exception, sir? So the exception is basically that you are not the price chart does not account for or does not discount for any calamities. Okay, that is also I'm going to show you the exception as well as the actual meaning of this particular principle. So Dow says the market will not discount for the exceptional incidents, like for example an catastrophe or a calamity, or recently we have seen as a pandemic, right? So pandemic is also considered to be an exception. That is why we saw very sharp decline at the time of March 2020. So we saw that particular thing. You might be aware of it. So how it affected the markets, and how Dow principle is wholesome, because it is giving certain room for exceptions as well. So we will see that. We will just stop sharing this presentation, and I will just start it up. Okay. We are here on the Pro Trader platform of Vantage Markets. Vantage Markets is one of the most reputed brokers out there. And we have got this Bitcoin chart, for example. Okay. Don't worry about anything, just for example. So we we are going to just shift it to, say, for example, gold USD. Okay. Yes. So gold USD. Okay, I've done certain things here. I will have to just remove it. Okay. So down here you can see this chart is candlestick chart. Okay. I'll have to just move it up a little bit. Okay. This is called a candlestick chart. Most of you are aware of candlestick chart, but candlestick chart is a very useful uh, pattern, right? Very useful method in understanding and applying technical analysis, applying price action strategy. And how it is going to be, we are going to teach it also in the future, how candlestick chart forms the basis for price action strategy. A price action strategy is considered to be one of the most foolproof methods of earning money in the markets. So first of all, we will concentrate on today's agenda. So we are going to look at the gold chart. We are here at the gold chart. Okay. So here we see that there is a sideways movement. The date line is somewhere in December 19. Okay. We are here in December 19, and here we have a little bit of an upward momentum. Right. Now, as soon as the news of COVID-19 becoming a pandemic comes in March 2020, we all have heard of it. We all have gone through it. So we remember it very, very, yeah. So we remember it very amazingly that this happened, right? In March 2020, there is a steep decline. Look at this. You can see my cursor at this point. There is a very steep decline here. Now, what did Dow say? We are going to connect it with what Dow said. Dow said that the price action does not account for any calamity, any disaster. So this was a disaster. This was a global disaster, right? A pandemic. So this is what happened, and then market tried to correct itself. It did try to correct itself after the March, within a month. You will see this type of a trend, this type of sharp decline in almost anything. Okay, even in stocks, even in crypto. Crypto is a bit different actually. There is an exception to crypto, but this any commodity you see, there is going to be a sharp decline here. Okay, in this particular timeline, March 2020 and late March 2020, we have seen a correction afterwards. Okay, so this is what this teaches us, that Dow theory is applicable even today. Okay, this is the current scenario of the market, right? So we will go back. We'll go back to what we were learning, we'll continue with all the principles right now. So the next principle is going to be that the market is not random. The price action is not random, Dow says. There are trends in the market. There are trends which the price action follows. Now, what are these trends? What are these trends? How to understand these trends? So, sir, I will tell you very simple technique to identify trend. You see price action, you see candlestick chart, you see a certain one directional movement. Maybe it is up or maybe it is down. There is a one directional movement in this particular scenario in any market. So how is it, sir? I will just show you. Wait for a second. Just get out of it, and I will start the market as well. Okay. Okay. So we are here in the market. So gold is here, and we are going to see what is the trend. So trend identification we will do it with Bitcoin. Okay. Trend identity. How to identify trend? Now always remember the time frame that we are going to choose is very crucial to any form of analysis. Okay, any form of analysis you have to choose the time frame very properly. So we are going to see the daily time frame. Okay, since it start we are going to look at what is the trend and how it changed. Okay, how to draw the trend, that is also very important, so I'm going to teach you that. So listen to this. There is a breakout from this particular point. There was a resistance here, right? Almost there is a resistance here. Let's just see where is the resistance. Okay, this was the resistance, right? Again the market is falling down from this point. Now this is a very good candle. Look at this. This is almost a Marubozu. Now what is Marubozu, sir? It is almost a full candle, fully filled candle. In Japanese terms we call this a Marubozu candle, and this has resulted in a breakout from this particular uh, you know these resistance. Okay, and we see an extreme upward momentum with gap ups. We have seen so many days that it has continued. Okay, this is called an uptrend. Now this is very crucial now, because Bitcoin also follows this Dow theory. Dow theory has been written in 1850s. Remember this so much beautifully. This theory teaches us so many things about the market. So this we see, there is an uptrend, there is an uptrend, there is an uptrend. Now at this point, we can you can all see this cursor. At this point, we find out that there is certain problem. Okay, there is certain problem, and the price has now stagnated. Okay, the price has now started to come into a sideways movement. Okay, so what we are going to do in this situation? We are going to do nothing. I'm going to teach you another principle which will apply here. For now we'll go back, we'll go forward, and we'll understand the current scenario of Bitcoin. Look at this. Okay, this is November 2021. Remember the dates also. Dates are also very essential in this. So November 2021 it peaked. Right here it peaked, right? So we will draw a trend line here. The top point, we can select top point as this. Okay, I will have to just switch on the magnet. Okay, so we can get this trend line. How to draw the trend line? If it is a downtrend, we have to join the highs. Okay, the lower highs, as the highs are decreasing, we have to join those highs. Remember this, very essential. If it is a downtrend, okay, if it is an uptrend, we will join what? We will obviously join what? We'll join the lows. I will do it here. Okay, I will do it here, don't worry. I will show it to you. I will select the trend line option from here on the pro trader account of Vantage. Okay, I'm going to join this. Okay, look at how it is telling us so many things. Okay, look at this. This is a breach of the trend line. This was here again breached, but a very strong candle led it up again. Okay, there was a strong demand also, so it went up, closed high, and it tried to remain on this particular channel, on this particular line. It did not try to fall from this point, right? But at this point in time, we see that there is a strong bearish movement. It's very strong bearish movement, and we are going to see a sudden downtrend. Look at this. If you would have drawn this trend line, I have drawn this trend line at what time? Till 25. April, right? 25 April, I would know that this is the trend line and this is how it's going to be, right? And this happened. I could have shorted here also, but also I could have shorted at this position. Maybe this here, my stop loss would have got it, but here, look at this position. This goes down, and look at so much money that you can earn afterwards. Now I will tell you how much money you will earn from a single analysis, single trend line analysis. Forget everything else. Okay, we'll consider the lowest point here, and we'll consider the breakout point here, breakdown point here. Okay, consider this candle. How much is it? It is $25,000, 25,700 nearly dollars. This is what trendline analysis can do for you. Okay, so this is one example here. What happened at this position? Now I've already told you. I've already told you that market discounts everything. Market discounts the news as well, right? Market discounts news. Now tell me what news happened in November that the uptrend of Bitcoin, again, this is an uptrend. This broke down, it peaked here, and then it went down all the way down and it's still going down. What happened in September or November? In September, actually, China, banned crypto mining and all types of crypto transactions. And China was the hub of crypto mining. Okay, until this time, China was actually allowing it, but now it was banned in September. Look at how the price has reacted to this particular news. In November, in starting November, and that was basically late September, they have banned it. So, starting November, starting week, it tried to just maintain this position but could not. So, it peaked and it went down. It went down and it went all the way down. It's still going down. Okay. So, this is how news and this is how market reacts to the news, right? It absorbs the news. Okay, so if you know the news, or if you know the market, if you know the charting also, you will know that certain news has come out, because the price will react according to it. Okay, so we will just get back. We will learn the third and one of the most important, I would say, uh, principle. Okay, so the principle is the third one, which is called primary trend, has three. Acha, we have gotten to this three trends. Okay, we'll follow this one particular second principle. The market has three trends, and what are these three trends? The first one is primary, second one is secondary, and the third one is tertiary. Okay, not tertiary. It is minor. Okay, not tertiary. It is not sectors of economy that we are teaching here. Okay, so remember this. The first one is primary, second one is secondary, and the third one is minor trend. Now, what are these trends, sir? Now, look at this. I have drawn this particular trend line here, telling it that this is an uptrend. Okay, we are just going to take this. Don't worry about it. Anything else? Okay, considering this as the low key option. Okay, done. So, if this is an uptrend, so why is it not a straightforward movement up? Why is it coming back in this particular positions? Look at this. Why is it coming back and back again and again? It is retracing some of the level. Look, it went up, it came down. It went up again, it came down again. Okay, it went up again, it peaked, it went out, down again. Why is it coming back, sir? If it is an uptrend, it should go up. What is there to, what confusion there lies? Okay, so what confusion it is basically the different types of trends. So Dow says that there is a primary trend. The primary trend is uptrend. As you can see, this is a trend line. But there are secondary trends also, like this one. This is called a correction trend. Okay, this is also called correction trend. Okay, this corrects the uptrend. The market cannot move unidirectionally. Okay, it cannot go in one direction for very long. It can go it, but for very long it cannot sustain that kind of a momentum, right? There must be some equilibrium in supply and demand. So it corrects itself. So this correction is called secondary trend. Okay, and then there are certain minor trends as well. Okay, so what are the minor trends, sir? So if you can watch this particular, it's coming down, it's coming down. Okay, so daily fluctuations that we are going to see, or hourly fluctuations we are going to see in the market, these are considered to be minor, which are lesser than 3 weeks. Okay, they do not survive for 3 weeks, and they are lesser than 3 weeks. Those are called minor trend or noises, also called fluctuations, we can say. Okay, so this all happens in the market. So trends we have got, and we have got three types of trends. Okay, now we will continue on the next point. Okay, so I'm going to show you the another one, another very important principle, very important, and it's going to teach you so much that you would actually subscribe us on any media platform, right? So this is, we have got the market has three trends. Okay, now the first trend that we talked about, primary trend, has three phases, not trends. Okay, phases. Now what is this, sir? Phases, what are these type of phases? I will show it to you directly on the chart. Okay, don't worry about it. So I'm just going to get out of this. Okay, let's start back again. Yeah, here we are. Sir, why are you not taking this live position here? Okay, I can take it, but this is a very good example of accumulation, participation, and distribution. These are the three phases of any trend. Okay, we have got a proper uptrend here, primary trend. Okay, so this is the position where the uptrend was going on. Primary trend is uptrend. There is no doubt in this. Absolutely no doubt in this, sir. Okay, good. So what happened? Why does the market reacted in this manner? Look at this point. Now at this point, this particular part is called accumulation phase. Now what is accumulation, sir? Accumulation is when intelligent investors, institutional investors, astute investors who know that certain asset has an underpriced value. Okay, certain people have identified that this stock, this currency pair is going to increase in the future, and it is currently underpriced. They are doing financial modeling, and they are doing so many things to find out what exactly is going to happen with the particular asset. It can be anything. Okay, don't worry about it. It works in crypto also, it works in commodities also. So what they will do, they will start buying slowly. Okay, they will not buy because they have so much of capital. They do not buy in one go. Otherwise, what will happen? The price will get boosted up if they are buying in one go. The volume will be higher, and supply could not catch up to that particular demand. So that is why the price will boost up, and they don't want this because their costing will increase, right? So what they do, they buy in lesser quantities throughout a period of time. So this is called an accumulation. Okay, accumulation. Now, next, what happens? Next, the retailers come in. Okay, retailers see that a particular asset is getting, pumped. It is getting pumped, and it is getting pumped so much that we like it, and we also want to join the party. Okay, they also want to join the party. They also want to join and enjoy. Okay, what they want to do? They want to enjoy that. We will also earn some money from it, right? So the first one we read about was accumulation. Okay, so this one is accumulation here, where institutional investors, where astute investors are coming in, who are thinking that a particular asset is underpriced, and they are coming in to buy it so that in the future they can get profits. Okay, the next thing, accumulation. After accumulation, we see that there is a participation. Now retailers also come to know that this particular asset is being bought, and it's being bought in heavy volumes. You won't see in heavy volumes here. You see here that when it came down, there was a selling. Look at the volume downtown. Look at the volume here. Okay, so volume increased suddenly here. Okay, at this point, and it came down, and then again it took a resistance here, support here, and then it forwarded itself up. So this was all retail action. Okay, retailers action. They floated this price. They floated this particular asset, right? Bitcoin. Next, what happens is, now at this peaking, this is also called peak of the price, the peak of the price action. At this point, what happened is, at this point, we could not get enough of it. The retailers could not get enough of it, and the institutions were basically alarmed. What they were alarmed? They were alarmed that it might fall anytime because it is what? It is now overpriced. We have taken it to a position, we have taken this asset to a price which is way more than anything else. Okay, then it's required value, then it's fair value. Okay, so what will happen then? They start selling. Now, as they bought, they will sell also in smaller quantities. If they sell in one go, then they will get many problems because the price will eventually fall down. Okay, like a very steep, there will be a very steep decline in that. Okay, very steep decline, and that is why they prefer to sell in smaller quantities. So that is why you will see that the price is stagnating here, right? It is stagnating here. So this position is called distribution position, right? This phase is called distribution phase. Now there came a point here when the retailers also realize this. Okay, retailers realize this, that there is a strong selling in this particular asset, and if selling is there, then the price will go down, and they start panic selling. So you will see how there is a gap down opening here. Look at this gap down opening, right? People basically, retailers want to run away from this particular thing. They want to run away from Bitcoin at this position. Okay, we'll see the same thing here also. Here also gap down. Okay, multiple gap downs you will see in a panic selling wala situation, panic selling market situation. Okay, so I have taught you so much about these phases. Let's just go on. uh, we'll just continue with our work, and I will show it to you. The fourth principle, one of the most important principles that we have here. Okay, okay, let's just go with this. Okay, so we are getting this. We already understood that primary trend has three phases. It works in three phases: accumulation, participation, and distribution. Okay, now we will see that there is going to be a position. The fourth principle, when we are going to learn more about the trend, is that volume must confirm the trend. Okay, volume must confirm the trend. Remember this, very important. Okay, how we are going to note this is that we are going to open this and we are going to see the volume. Okay, so if we see that this downtrend, in the previous November wala downtrend we are talking about, let's draw a trend line here. Okay, if I'm making a trend line here, then in this position we have not got enough confirmation points, and here also we are not getting enough. So here we are getting some confirmation points, so this is better. So this is the trend line currently of Bitcoin. Okay, downtrend. Okay, and we see that the volume is basically the same. Okay, at this point it has started increasing. Okay, at this point it has a it is a very big splurge. Okay, this is a very big spike in volume. This is a very big spike, and again it went down, and again it is on the normal level. You have to see the previous volume levels also. So this is the volume MA, moving average. Just like the price has a moving average, this also has a moving average, so that we can see better that how it is comparing. The current volume is comparing with the previous volumes. Okay, so we see that there is hike in the volumes at this point. There's a stagnation phase here, right? So as I taught you the accumulation, participation, distribution, we also can see a distribution, participation, and then again distribution. It is called drop base drop. Okay, just like we saw a rally base and drop, there can also be a drop base drop. Okay, so we have got two bases here and here, and another base is forming here. So these are all the wordings from the Dow theory and technical analysis termings. It is the same thing. Base means a flat top, like a plateau or a flat top, and drop is, you already know, a downtrend, and a rally is an uptrend. Okay, so we see there is this particular position, the previous position from November 21 till now, also follows the Dow principles. Now, how it is acting? Let's see. This is the position where people thought that it is overpriced. It went down under, it went again up, because we already learned that trend has multiple phases, right? There are multiple types of trends, right? There's a secondary trend also, so there must be some kind of a pullback, some kind of a correction here. So this is the correction, and then it went down all the way down. It's still going down. It might still go down, okay, Bitcoin. So what does this teach us? That volume must be seen. So here the volume was very pure, very proper volume, okay. This suggests that it could have turned into an uptrend, but because of certain news it could not breach this uptrend, okay. This trend line it could not breach, and it went all the way down. These things happen, okay. These things happen, and these things happen due to news only, okay, due to news and due to negative news. And we already know that crypto is currently in a very bad condition. So let's just move on. Let's just take the example of gold here and just do some basic recent recent price action, what it has been telling us. Now it peaked at this point, okay. It peaked in March 2022 and started declining, okay. Maybe because of the Fed rates that are increasing, so dollar is getting stronger at this moment, and gold, it is basically getting weaker. Now I will tell you one thing. Look at this. Look at how the price touches the trend line, it when goes again down. If it has to break out, if it has to break out from here, then it will go up. So trend line is a very essential criteria of understanding the overall market, okay. That is why trend line analysis given by Dow Theory is very essential, very crucial. So there it is. We are currently on the trend line. The gold is trying to move out of this trend and trying to move up, but because of there is certain fundamental news, it might not be able to. It has taken a support here. We can get a support here. It has taken a support at this point. Look how it has taken the support. It took a support, it went up, it again took a support, it again tested the trend line, it tested here, it tested here, and it is currently testing also, right? It might test and then it again went, again it can go down. So there are certain things that we need to remember in this. That volume must confirm the trend. According to the trend, the volume must also increase. It must never decrease. Even if there is a downtrend, the volume must increase. Okay. So here we can see that volume has increased. While there was downtrend, you see that volume is very high, very good. Okay, so this means that this downtrend is actual, where people are selling actually. Okay. Another trend, another principle that we are going to learn, it is the last principle. So thank you very much for bearing this old but very outstanding theory, learning from it. And this is trend remains intact until and unless clear reversal signals occur. Now, to for the trend to reverse, which we all wait for, we all wait for reversals to take a position, because we know that that is a cash cow in the market, okay. So we wait for that particular reversal, okay. Okay, hello everyone, thank you very much for joining in. I suppose, okay, you guys can see this, yeah. So for the trend to reverse, there must be exceptionally crucial signs in order to basically the trend to reverse, or the trend to end and reverse and do something else, right? So we have got USD JPY here. We can take another example. Okay, let's just take this one. Okay, so we'll draw a trend line. It started from this point. Okay, this point. Now, how at this point? Why not this point? Because it has taken already this particular position previously. Okay, it has already taken previously this position, which is why we can consider the breakout to be this point, not the previous point. This candle is the breakout. If you can see properly, look at this candle. This is the breakout from the previous resistance. Okay, now it has turned into a uptrend. USD JPY yen is getting weaker. Okay, and it is constantly going up. Now what is this? This is a secondary trend. This is a primary trend is uptrend. Okay, there might be certain fluctuations here, but don't worry about it unless and until this trend line remains intact. that means the price will only go up. Okay, if the price falls down from this position, if the price takes itself to this point and somewhere in the future it goes again up. Okay, I've taken an arrow. Okay, if the price goes up, if the price goes down, it touches the trend line, it goes up again, and then it comes again here and it breaks down. It breaks down from this trend line. Then the trend will be changed. Okay, until and unless that happens, we are going to see an uptrend in the USD JPY. So we have to wait for clear signals. Nobody should sell if there is kind of a swing trader here. So don't, please don't try to understand this in your perspective. Swings can still earn money in shorter time frames. We are looking at the daily time frame. Okay, so here we are. This path can be traced by USD JPY. Okay, we are not saying it is not possible, but until and unless this breaches the trend line, the price action breaches this trend line, it is still uptrend. It is maintaining its uptrend. Okay, we haven't even used any indicator till now, and we are still going to do so many. We are still learning so many things just from the trend line analysis. Okay, the last but not the least, we have got three assumptions of the market of Dow theory of technical analysis. The whole technical analysis is based on almost three assumptions. Okay, the assumptions are market discounts everything. The second one is price moves and trends. I've already taught you the first two, but the third one is very important. History tends to repeat itself. Okay, how sir? How is the history repeating itself? I will show you in any chart, okay, in any given currency pair, in any stock, I will show you how resistance and supplies work. Okay, this is the basis of resistance and supply. Now you can see this, it has touched this, it has tested this level. I have drawn this here is horizontal line, you can see guys. Okay, this is the resistance level. Okay, I will thicken it for you to see it better. So this is the point where it tested first. This is the resistance. It went down, it again tested here. But it could not sustain this upward momentum. It went down. And at this point, there was clear signal of breakout of this particular resistance. So this price again and again, which this particular price chart is testing, we can consider it to be a resistance. Obviously, we are not using even any particular kind of indicator as such right now. We are just on the trend line only, right? We are just looking at the price chart and we are trying to analyze so many things from this. Okay, now I will tell you one very crucial thing. Okay, look at this. This has peaked somewhere. This is the peak, right? It has touched it, it closed here. Next day again it opened here and it went down. Okay, it went all the way, touched the trend line, it went again up. But look at this point, it has just touched this particular, this candle of 2nd June. It has just touched this particular resistance level, which I drew on 27th April. It is working on 2nd June, almost after how many days? 27th April, 2nd June, almost 1.5 months. Afterwards, it's still working, it's still intact. Okay. But what we see, very strong uptrend, very strong bullish momentum here, that it was a gap up. It was a gap up opening here, and then it went wherever it went. So when the price will fall down, USD JPY, or it will go up, if in future I'm saying, if it goes down, it breaches the trend line here. And let's show you. If it goes down like this, it goes up like this, and it breaches this position here, it now this position will be a very crucial line. This will be a support line. Sir, but you told that this is a resistance line. Absolutely, the resistance might get converted into a support. Remember this and write it somewhere. Okay, write it somewhere in the books. So resistance might get converted into a support anytime. Okay, this is called change in polarity. Sometimes this was a resistance at in previous past, this was a resistance price level, but again it can support this particular price action. It can support USD JPY at this particular level. Okay, it can support yen at this particular level. If and only if this breaches this trend line. This is one condition that you have to remember. Another, we can take an example of gold US dollar. Okay, this we drew previously only. We saw how the price is acting towards this trend line, how it is just getting some strength here, just consolidating at this position, it trying to breach this trend line, not possible, coming back down, bearish momentum, gap down openings you are seeing, and again it tried to consolidate at this position. Now this position, look at this beautiful position. I will tell you that this theory tells us that history repeat itself. Look at this, look at this, now look at this, huh? Just look at this, how it is acting. Look at how many times this level has been acted upon, how many times the price overlapped this particular line that I've drawn in blue, if you can see. Now won't this act as a support? Now won't it act as a support? Obviously it will act as a support, and that is what it is doing, not just once but twice. Look at this, it is going up, coming down again somewhere here, it took a support just above this trend line, just above this support level. Again it went up, again it is coming down. This is basically what the advanced uh, traders also do this, the professional traders also do this, and they use this more than any other indicator. They want to get an overall market view. So they do trendline analysis, they do support and resistance analysis, because history tends to repeat itself. They know it very well, and it is working. You can see how many times this price has been overlapped. Okay, so many times this price has been worked upon. You can see so many small candles forming on this particular line. That means this is a very crucial line. Okay, there's also resistance zones. Okay, supply and demand zones that we talk about. So this is basically a demand zone if we talk about it. If we are going to draw a zone, we can draw a zone also. Okay, okay, just cancel this. Okay, so we can also see this as a. Now what will happen in gold, sir? What is the future prediction of gold? It might go down from this support level. Okay, it might, because the news is not in favor of gold. Okay, news is not in favor of gold, it's in the favor of dollars, right? So this is what is happening in gold currently. Okay, so we will just move on. So it might just breach this support level and it go down, it might go down, but this trend line will remain intact. Remember this, until and unless we see a clear breakout from here, somewhere here we see a breakout. It might also break out from here. We cannot say anything about a market right now. It is so much volatile, so much things are happening, so much news is coming out. But we can see a, a breakout from this line either, or this line, trend line. So it depends, and we have to be very agile and very careful how to take a trade in gold in coming 3 to 4 weeks, in coming 1 to 2 week. Okay, till this time, this is what is going to happen in gold. Okay, if you are taking BTC USD, we are taking Bitcoin. Let's see what is going to happen in Bitcoin. We already do so much of things here. Okay, but we have to see it little bit better. Okay, the current situation is in a downtrend. The downtrend trend line is still not breached. Okay, and there is still very strong bearish momentum right now. Okay, the market cap is small for BTC USD. Okay, Bitcoin is very uh, immature market, I would say, crypto, but still this is, Bitcoin is way more stable than other coins, because it has got the highest capitalization uh, in the crypto market. Okay, and it is one of the first coins to be ever built. So we can trade in BTC, we can trade in Ethereum, we can trade in some other good stable coin, so that we cannot go through the trauma of Luna, right? So you might have heard about Terra Luna crash. So we should not trade in such categories of coins. Okay, we must only trade in certain coins which are very proper. Okay, which have got good capitalization, which have got good volumes. Look at these volumes. Okay, this volume is very high, this volume is very high, even this consolidation volume is very high, and this is also very high. So what we see currently, there was a support level here. Okay, I've already taught you that there is a history, There is a history. Let's see where is the history. Now you will be shocked to know. Look at the history. Look at how beautifully it is taking rest on this line. Look at how it is resting on this line. One, two, three, and it went up. So shall I not draw a resistance, a support line here? Shall I not draw a particular supply zone here, a demand zone here? Sorry. Shall I not draw a demand zone here? Obviously, I will draw it. And when it will get used, it will be utilized in this May 2022. When it was formed, when I could have observed this, I could have observed this in July 2021. July 19th July. It is it is still working and it is showing that this is support level, sir. It was previously history has repeated itself and has went down. It has went down from here because of bearish momentum, bearish news, bad news. Okay. Now let's draw another history tends to repeat itself. Okay. This can be considered a zone. Okay. Now we will see where it is going. Isn't it the same position from where we broke out? This is the same position of breaking out. Look, I have written the accumulation here. I wrote it, right? This was the breakout candle, if you remember, right? This was the breakout candle in Bitcoin. Have I not told you? So this was basically resistance at this point. Look at these candles. Look at these candles. Okay, look at these candles. You can see these candles. This is a resistance, obviously, na. It is marking its high here. Again, it is tested here. In this candle, it was not supposed to go up. So again, this candle was a very strong candle. It went up, it broke out this particular resistance level, and then we saw an uptrend. This was in December 2022. Sorry, December 2022. Next, we see it. History tends to repeat itself. Again, we can draw another supply, another demand zone, another support zone, looking at the price history. Now, isn't it just outstanding? It is just mind blowing how the market works, how the market rests. Look at this. Market is resting at this point. It is getting a support here. Market is getting a support here. It is resting. It is breaching. It is getting a resistance here. Resistance has turned into a support. Previously, what was the resistance? It has become support now. I've taught you the change in polarity. Obviously, it is happening. Now, volumes are very actually disturbing in this position. Volumes are disturbing in this position. Okay. Bitcoin could not sustain for so many times. So, it might just again consolidate at this position. For Bitcoin to be long, it has to go above this trend line, which we have drawn. We have to follow the principles because the market follows the principles. It has to go above this trend line. Anyhow. Okay. So this is how we have come to know about Bitcoin, about USD about gold also. If you want any other kind of trend line analysis on any other, uh, you know, cryptocurrency, you can just put in the comment section. We will just look at that and see what will happen. The first comment we are going to receive, we are going to do a trend line analysis on that. So be quick. We have seen Bitcoin, we have seen gold. Now we will take up one random one. Okay. Okay. So nobody is basically saying something. So we will just take another. Uh, what do we take? We take Euro USD. Euro USD is quite popular, major currency pair. Let's look at this. Okay. This is a daily time frame. We are going to do trend line analysis only on daily time frame, and then only we are going to get the resistance points. Okay, the resistance situation. Okay. Now you see that this is a downtrend. Okay, this is not very good downtrend because why? This is not very steep. Okay, so we cannot say when it will reverse. It can reverse at any point. Okay. Okay, look at this. This has been breaching this particular trend line, but it could not sustain it. So I will have to just adjust my trend line accordingly. It could not just sustain this point. So I'm going to change my trend line. I'm going to update my trend line. Also, we have to do this updating the trend line according to the price history. Okay. Now what happens here is we see multiple things going on. We see multiple news coming out. but the trend line is intact. Okay, the previous the previous history is still repeating itself. So how, sir, how it is repeating itself? I will just draw a line here and we will see how it is repeating itself. Can we say this is a particular support level? Can we see? Okay, it has not touched anywhere this particular support level. This is a new low. Okay, great. Understood. So we can understand that this is going to be a very good support level because it has taken a support twice at this position. Okay. So we can draw a demand zone at this position. We can take this particular line and look at this. That three candles, almost three candles have tested this level and it went up again. It went up again. This is how trendline analysis works. This is how Dow theory still tells us about so many things. Okay, tells us so many things and it shows us the overall position. We have got one of GBP. Okay, GBP USD, pound USD. Okay, it's something I might have done previously. Okay, so this is pound dollar chart. Okay, now look at this. This is almost a rounded top. Almost. Look at how much time it is taking to form a rounded top. It's also called a rounded top. But we will just look at the trend line. Okay. Trend line we can consider to be at from this position to this position. Okay. Because this is formally a consolidation. The price is not going down in this position, right? Okay. 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 This is my previous. Okay. So what we are going to consider trend line we have to make, we are supposed to make trend line. We'll see where the price started declining. At this position we started declining. This is the trend line, and now look at this, how the price is again and again trying to breach this trend line. It tried here, failed. It went down, it failed. Again it tried, again it failed. Again it is trying to go up. But the GBP USD, because of inflation and because of multiple news in the market, it is supposed to be a downtrend. So we can already know that you can short GBP USD anytime until and unless there is a clear signal of breakout from this position. The volumes are also good. Okay, volumes are also good in the downtrend. That means the downtrend is very good downtrend. Okay, we are not supposed to take any sides. We are without bias here. Even using technical analysis, we don't take sides. Okay, that is very important. We are bias free. Okay, we are objective, completely objective, and we do not take sides. Remember that. Yeah. Okay. So this is the position currently of the trend line, and it might come again up. It might test this trend line. It might go again down. There is so many things from single trend line that you can expect from the market. We see so many people using so many indicators, yet they are not able to come to a conclusion. But we are very fair that this particular position might be tested again in the coming days, and again it might go down because it might not just break out from this point already. Okay, because pound is in a very bad condition. Already we have seen very strong selling in previous days. Okay, now here might we see that there is a support level at this position. Okay, and we might see horizontal line to be made at this point. Okay, look at how many these two candles are exception. Okay, but the candles that are taking support are so many at this level. Look at this candle, and all these six candles, seven candles. How many candles? Three, three, six, eight. Eight candles. So in total, 10 candles are taking support at this level. Don't consider this as a horizontal line, but look at the price movement here. It has taken support so many times. It has opened from there, it has closed here, it has taken support here, support here, and as again it has come down to this level. You can draw a zone in this position. Instead of drawing a line, I would draw a zone for you guys. Okay, this is very good. You will get to know something about it. Okay, I'm using price range tool, and we can draw a zone, like, okay, and we will extend it. Okay, so we have got a zone here. Okay, now we will see how many times it has been tested. Look at this, 1 point tested. In the future also, when there was a downtrend, tested again, it is also in the zone. This might be two candles might be an exception, but this whole is a zone. Again, this is the same, on the same category as euro USD. We also saw a similar kind of a pattern here, because GBP and euro are kind of European currencies and USD is like American currency. So we see a kind of a similarity between these two. We also saw in euro USD that it's trying to breach the trend line. It is not powerful enough to breach the trend line. Okay, so again, it might we might see that it might take a support here. It might come out or it might go down. Both the things can happen. What we have to do is we have to be very agile at this point. We have to be very careful and look for any particular breakout. If there is a good breakout, if there is a good green candle breaching this trend line, then we might long at this point. We can long. And if there is a bearish momentum continuing and it falls down from this last line falls down, we can short, obviously, right? Because it is currently at support zone. It is currently at demand zone. So I've taught you more than just Dow theory, I suppose, today, and do long or short on GBP, GBP USD. Acha. So what should we do, sir? Currently, what should we do? So to take a position, you might use lower time frames in order to get to understand the swing. Okay, we can earn in swings like this. Okay, we can earn in swings, or else what you can do. Okay, look at this, how it is taking trend line, how it is not able to breach the trend line. This is the hourly chart. Okay, hourly chart on GBPUSD. Now it is taking resistance here, how it is resisting this particular point. The price is not able to go up. Current situation you can find out by looking at this particular level. When it tries to go up, when it tries to go up, it will fall down. So this position, you see, if the history repeats itself, then this position we have seen that two times it has been repeated. Which level? This level. Twice has been repeated. When it touches this line, you can keep a limit order here of shorting. You have shorted, cleared your position here. You have shorted, cleared your position here. So many times you can short this particular GBPUSD, right? So overall, you have to short until and unless there is a clear reversal. Remember, if there is a reversal, you cannot go against the trend. Okay, if the primary trend is downtrend, you cannot buy that particular asset. If you want to buy, if you are risky, you love risks, you can buy and it might turn out to be good. But overall, if the primary trend is telling you that I'm going to go down or if I'm going to go up, you have to respect that particular position of the trend, because trend is your friend. Okay, so trend is your friend. Every day, any day, you will always be able to take support on. uh, yeah, so time's up. Okay, it's really really nice to see so many people join up. And if you like this particular live stream, this is just a basic starting of our technical analysis. We are going to do also in the future price action strategy. So many things are going to come up. We are also going to teach indicators, how to use them in a very efficient manner, how to not get confused with so many indicators, telling so many things. Okay, so you can follow us, Market Insights, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Telegram as well. We are on Telegram as well, so you can follow us, you can join us, and start trading with Vantage. And happy trading, guys. I hope you guys have learned so many things today. Okay, so until next time, thank you very much. Take care, everyone.